Whoa!
Alright, so we're having some technical difficulties. Can't get the PowerPoint from the computer to the TV, but let me know if you need me to pass it around, do what we need to do. Alright, so organ donating is often overlooked or even shoved to the side because people think it is unimportant, too hard to do, or unnecessary. But the fact is that it saves thousands of lives every year and it has a positive effect on thousands of other lives. So organ donating is very important and leads to saved lives every day. It is one way that you can save lives and leave a positive legacy after you're gone. So, how to become an organ donor? Well, it's really pretty simple. People think that it's really hard or there's a lot of paperwork with it. Really, when you get your license or you renew your license, they ask you if you want to be a donor. Most of the time, they'll initiate it, and you say yes, and you sign, and that's basically it. Now, you do need to talk to your family about your preferences, because they'll be the ones making most of the decisions, and they'll be the ones that are dealing with the doctors. So you need to tell them you're a donor. You need to tell them, and you need to tell them what you want done with your organs, or how that process needs to go on. Secondly, who can become a donor? Well, firstly, everyone can become a donor, even if you're under 18. If you're under 18, you have to have your parents co-sign for you or give you the okay. It's really more of what the doctors think of your organs, or if they were destroyed in your accident, or however your death happened. But the doctors will decide if your organs are suitable, and they'll go from there. There's an age limit. If you want to do it yourself, like I said, 18 and above, you can sign, and it's all up to you. 18 and below, you have to have your parents' consent. But the physical condition of your body and your organs and how well you took care of your body is the most important and has the greatest weight on the decision and how the doctors will approach donating your organs. So, facts about organ donating. Now, this is really small. We'll do our best, so I'll read them all out loud. 21 people a day die from not having enough time. Not enough organ donors, really. There's 21 people a day that die from not getting the correct organ donated to them. So according to The Atlantic, 90% of people say they support organ donation, but only 30% of people actually are signed up to donate their organs after their death. There's no cost. They don't deal with insurance. They don't tack on another bill. They don't harass your family. The hospital takes care of all the costs of organ donation, and there's no hassle for your family after your death, or if you were to do it while you were living. So if you were to donate your organs, you could possibly save 8 lives with just your body, and you could affect over 50 more with your blood and your tissue that could go to people that need those to survive or to have a better lifestyle. So there are 29,000 transplants a year. 14,000 of those are organ donors. The other part of those are living donors. And there are 124,000 donors that are 1,000 patients that need donors currently now. So that just tells you the importance and the urgency of the topic and how under donored we are. You can count that as a word. So some more facts. This is I'll read these to you. This is like a average time of how long it takes for you to get the organ, depending on the organ and depending on a lot of things. But the average time is a kidney, it takes 5 years, a liver takes 11 months, a heart takes 4 months, a lung takes 4 months, pancreas takes 1.5 years, so that just gives you an idea of how long it takes you to get the organs if you need those, and a lot of times that's too long. A lot of times the patients need those quicker, and they just don't get them because there's just not enough donors out there. So the list. Oftentimes you'll hear about the list. Like, how does the list work? What is it? Is it just 1, 2, 3, 4? Or how are these organs dispersed throughout the nation? Well, first, it varies by organ. So all the things I'm about to tell you are true, but different organs carry different weight, and so it depends on the organ. But a patient's most important thing is patient's urgency. So I could be on the list for 5 years, but if I'm not very urgent for it, someone who signed up yesterday, that's the doctor said he only has like 2 weeks, he'd get it first. But for a donor or for a patient, they have to meet all the criteria. So they have to have the same blood type. If they're donating tissue, it has to be the right kind of tissue. It has to be the right, or around the same size of body, same age helps a lot. And then there's proximity. So the country is split up into 11 different regions, and if someone were to die in that region that was a donor, say I needed it, and I'm in the region that they had their death, I would get it first, even if someone in a different region didn't need it, or needed it quicker. But if no one in that region needed that organ or part of that person's organs, then they wouldn't, and then that region needed it, then it would go to the whole list throughout the nation. And from there, they decide who throughout the entire nation is the most urgent for this organ or tissue or blood, and then they would decide who needs it the most if there's no one in that current region who needs it. So the importance of organ donating. There's a high need, but lately there has been a decrease in organ donors just because they're negligent, because they don't care, they think it's not important, or maybe they just don't know. They don't know about it and they don't know how to do it. The success rate is 80 to 90% from organ donors, and they can save many lives like we've already talked about. So, why people don't? There's actually a lot more reasons why people don't than you would think. The first one is mistrust. They don't trust the medical field. They don't trust doctors, whether it's an early experience in their life or they had a loved one die because of medical issues. They don't trust it, and so they don't want to get involved in it. 2 would be decreased medical treatment. They think that if they're an organ donor, when doctors are trying to save their lives, if they find out that they're an organ donor, then they're not going to get as good treatment in the hospital. 3 is they don't think that they can have an open casket funeral, or they think that it will mutilate their body. So really they're thinking about their family here and thinking about their loved ones, but they think that if they're organ donors, their body's going to be torn up, incisions everywhere, rough stitches, and at the hospital or the doctors aren't going to take care of their body, which once again is not true. And open casket funerals are very possible. Most actually still happen with organ donors. And then not enough information. They just don't know. They don't know the system. They don't know how it works. They don't know how to sign up. And so from that, they just don't think about it. So in closing, this is Colby. He's 14 months old, and he had a tragic accident at that age. And his parents actually didn't even know about organ donating, but the doctors asked if they would like to donate his organs. And they said, sure, we would. So his kidneys went to a 27-year-old man, his livers went to a 2-year-old girl, and his heart went to a 5-month-old baby. All of those saving the lives of those people. And they're actually still in contact 15 years later with the family that, with the kid that got his heart. So that's just an example of how organ donating saves lives and how one life can actually save multiple lives. So in closing, it's just very important to just think about organ donating, think about the benefits and the negatives and positives, and make a valid and rational decision on that. Thank you.
Woo-hoo!